Let's see how to implement the FindAll method procedurally in C#. This is Daniel, and you are going to get coded. Here I have Visual Studio opened, and I'm going to create a simple console application by going File, New Project, and from here under Visual C#, Windows Desktop, I will choose Console App, and I'm going to name this FindAll, and hit OK. While this is building and constructing, I have here a link, and you can find this link down below. So make sure that you check this link out. So as I said, I'm going to implement the FindAll method, and this finds all the items in an array that respect a certain condition. So we have a condition with an if statement. That's the condition. So let's see what I have here. I have an array called fruits, which holds again 4 fruits: apple, cherry, pineapple, and plum. And then I have an array result. And as you can see here, I'm constructing a new array of string because the type of these items is string. And then I'm going to pass the size, and the size is fruit.length, because I have to make sure that if the condition applies to all the items in this fruits array, then to have enough room to accommodate all the items. Okay, so the maximum size should be the size of the original array, and then I have a local variable called j, and the initial starting point is 0. So this is the first index, so the position of the first item. As I said many times, computers don't count as we count. If you don't know that, please check this video over here. So basically, computers count from 0, and at index 0 is the first item in the array. Afterwards, we have a for loop and an I variable, which starts from 0 until fruits.length. So we are iterating over each item in the array, and then we check to see if that item contains the letter P. If it does, then we are going to add that specific item, fruits index I, to the result array. And we are going to pass the j as the index, and then j++, so we increment the index. So what does this whole thing mean? So as we add items here, we increase the j. So when we add the first item, j is 0, then it's 1, then it's 2. So as we iterate over the fruits array, we are incrementing the j variable when we try to add the item in the result array. And then I have here a simple for each loop in which I console write line the item, so I print to the console that specific item. So Visual Studio is done. Let's try Windows key right arrow, and let's begin typing. But before that, I need to zoom in a little bit. So let's try to see here. Okay. So var fruits equals new square brackets, and then we have apple, we have cherry, we have pineapple, and plum. And please don't ask me why I chose these fruits. These made sense for me when I wrote this article. So var result new string. So I'm going to create a new array of type string, and as you see here, we need to pass a size. If you don't know why this happens, again, please check this video over here. But for now, we need to pass fruits.length, so this will be the size of the result array, so the maximum number of items which are allowed in this array. Okay, and then we have the var j equal 0. So we have the local variable j for the index of the result array. And then for loop, so for tab, we are going to leave I, and then fruits.length, and enter. And then we need an if statement. So if that specific item, so fruits index I, contains the letter P, then we are going to add to the result array at index j that specific fruit, so index of fruits of index I, and then j++. And then I'm going to print everything out from the result array with a for each loop. So for each tab, we are going to name this item in result. So for each item in the result, please console write line it. So CW tab, and we are going to print the item. And we need to see the actual result, so I need a console.read key. And I hope this is everything. So let's press F5 and see the actual result to the console. And I bet the font size is way too small indeed. Why are you so small? So properties, font size 36, and I think it's enough. So let's see what happened. So we want only the items which contain the letter P. Okay, so apple contains P indeed, cherry doesn't contain P, so it's not here, pineapple contains P, and plum contains P. So we have 3 fruits here which contain P, and they ended up being in the result array because of this condition over here and because of this assignment. So because of this assignment over here, so we have fruits index I, the item, we add the item in the result, and then we print out the result. So all these 3 fruits are part of this result. So let's try to press any key, and I'm going to set again a breakpoint. I'm going to set a breakpoint in the for loop, and then let's try to press again F5. And I'm going to pull this a little bit to the left so you can see what I'm doing here, and let's begin stepping into this code. So also I want to expand these 2 variables. So we have fruits. Fruits has the fruits array has apple, cherry, pineapple, and plum. And right now the result array is empty. You can see we have only null values in the result array. So let's begin to step into. So F11 to step into. Right now I is 0 and j is 0, so they are both equal. And we are going to check, does the first item contain P, which is apple? Yes, it does. So we are going inside the block of the if statement, and we are going to assign that specific fruit in the result array. And you can see right now we have apple in the result array. So the first item is the apple. And then we are going to increment the j. So you can see right now here j is 1. Okay, F11 again. Right now I is 1, and let's try to see. Right now we have cherry. Cherry doesn't contain P. So we will just jump over the body of the if statement. And we are just moving on. So we don't do any assignment in the result array. And you can see right now I gets incremented, so I gets 2. And we are going to check again for the condition. Does pineapple contain P? And you can see right now I is 2, so 0, 1, 2, pineapple. Pineapple contains P indeed. So we are going inside the body of the if statement, and we are going to assign that specific item to the result of index j. And we have pineapple. And this is what I meant before. So I right now is 2, but j is 1, because we have only 2 elements here. These are not equal, because if they were equal, then we would have here an empty space, an empty slot with a default value inside the result. So we don't want that. We don't want to have empty slots in our result array. That's why we have to declare the j. So j is behind the I. If all of them contained P, then both j and I would be equal, so they would be the same. But because we have one which doesn't contain P, then we have this this difference between j and I. Okay, so let's try to press F11. We can see right now they got both 2, but I gets right now 3. And the last item, plum. Does plum contain P? Yes, it does. So we are going inside the if statement, and we are going to assign that specific fruit, so plum, to the result. So let's try to keep an eye on this one over here, and you can see that we have plum indeed. And then we are going to increment the j, and right now is 3. But I right now is 4. 4 is not equal. 4 is not less than fruits.length. Fruits.length is 4, as you can see right here. We have indeed 4 fruits. And also, if you hover over the condition, the operator, sorry, you have the false Boolean value over here. So it says that this statement is not equal anymore. And if we press F11, you are going to exit that for loop. So we finished finding all the items from the fruits array, and we successfully added all the items in the result array. And right now we want to just loop over them and print them to the console. I will try to bring the console up so you can see the values. And then let's try to press F11. So you can see the first item is apple, the second item is pineapple, and the third item is plum. So we have all these items printed out to the console. Okay, so let's stop the execution. And just to summarize, in order for us to create this FindAll method, we need 2 arrays. So one array is our source array with all the items that we want to find, okay? And then the result array. So this is the destination array. This is the array which contains all the found elements. So after we iterate over all the items in the fruits array, we are going to check the condition, and this condition can be anything. Right now it says it contains P, you can say it contains RY, or the length of this array is 4. And then we are going to assign that specific fruit to the result array. And then we are going to increment J. So this is why we need the J, because there is a difference between J and I. Only if they all pass or satisfy the condition, J and I would be the same. But we need 2 different variables because they are not the same. Not all the items are going to pass our condition. Okay, and then we just print everything out to the console. So if you like this video, please click thumbs up. Also, my goal right now, as you may know, is to get 1,000 subscribers. So consider subscribing. And until next time, see you guys, bye.